Welcome to Fitness Business Secrets. Today, we're going to be talking all things getting your consults to attend. Dave, again, tell me what it feels like when you have a consult not attend. Tell me what it like on the inside, how much it burns.
Yeah, it burns a lot because it's money wasted. Like you spent money, let's say
Money.
it's Facebook ads that you're using. Obviously, that's just money gone down the drain, or potentially, if you don't follow up with them. And obviously, if they don't show it, you could serve somebody else. So they've
Yeah.
taken that slot. They've taken that slot from you. It could be someone else. Could be a big time lawyer that they've taken. Where you could
Yep.
assign that person. And yeah, I try not to take it personally, but it does piss me off.
Yeah, it's money, time wasted, energy, effort. We were saying before, time I could be spending with my cats, time Dave could be spending with his beautiful family doing triathlon. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. But, as fitness business owners or as a business owner, we need to take 100% ownership of everything that happens within our lives and within our business. So we're going to be going like really, really deep on this topic, sharing you a couple of things like in the trenches that are working well as of this week. But Dave, you've been on like a little bit of a journey with getting consults to attend. And it started, pretty much like in full force around about 12 months ago. What type of results have you seen within your business when you started to relentlessly focus and take action on the things you're going to share with our audience today?
Yeah, definitely the show rate is skyrocketed. I think before maybe I was getting like probably 20-30% show rate, and now
Yep.
it's probably double that, if I'm being
Yep.
honest. And that's just, well, yeah, last week was a bad week, but that was just a one-off. And then this week I've got a 64% show rate. So definitely with some of the tools and things I've implemented has definitely helped. So yeah, it's been a real big 12 months for sure.
So, guys, if you're under 64% show rate, this is the episode for you. If you're not tracking your show rate, let's start tracking it. It's also going to be the episode for you. But guys, before we dive into it, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my private clients. I'm not going to say specifically who they are in the episode today, but I just want to really congratulate them on some actions that they took this week. So he had like a big time issue with a staff member, didn't turn up for a day or two, didn't know what to say, didn't kind of know what to do. It's like the first time in this situation. Him being a total savage, he reached out to me, called me about 2 p.m. on the Tuesday afternoon. I was able to pick up. We handled it in 5 minutes. He was able to move on and solve the problem very quickly. And that's what we want you guys to feel like. We want to feel like we're your business partners. We want to feel like you can call us, that we're going to take your call and be able to help you move through very, very quickly. So just remember, if you have a coach or a mentor, make sure you actually utilize them. You are paying them for their knowledge, but also for their experience. And in this situation with the individual, he had not had that experience previously. So he was able to reach out to me, and I've had all sorts of crazy stuff happen to me with staff. It was pretty quick and easy to move through. So just make sure you're reaching out to your coaches. But Dave, before we kind of go in like really deeply into getting the consults to actually attend, what type of marketing is working really well for you for the people to raise their hand and show that they're actually interested?
Yeah, so Facebook ads is number one, and then Bark is number two, and then my website is number three. So they're probably my three best avenues for people coming into the door.
And they're all paid apart from the website, pretty much. Facebook ads, Bark, all paid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I only do. I only really do paid ads, not organic.
Yeah. Yeah, look, we love organic, but if you want to go fast, go paid. It's a general rule of thumb. And mate, when you get the lead up until, when they come in and pay you money, before we get into kind of the strategy side of things, what do you want the kind of customer experience to feel like and look like as a business owner?
So I want them to be able to trust who I am. I also want to build rapport from day one, right? So obviously it's a very saturated market that we live and breathe in. So we've got to be able to differentiate ourselves from other people and show that we offer like world-class service. And that's what we live and breathe at TBC. It's all about being world-class. So yeah, so the biggest thing is obviously just showing that human element. I think automations are great, and they're great at the start, but then everyone jumped on the bandwagon, and then you kind of lost that human interaction. So yeah, there's a lot of work that we do from when they book in to them showing up to the front door and coming into our facility.
Yeah, and automations are great. Like we all need them in our business, but you can't rely on them too heavy. You need to make
Correct.
sure that you know they're human, they're dealing with humans, and people just know when things are automated now. Like
Yeah, for sure.
it's so easy to tell because fitness businesses on the scheme of business is pretty small. So the very biggest businesses are doing it, so everyone just kind of knows what's happening. And mate, when a consult of 10 signs up, what's that like valued at roughly for your business when they stay with you for like 6, 12 months?
Oh, good question. So it's roughly about 299 on the front end, but then on the back end, you're probably looking around just shy of $3,000.
Yeah, and that's why this is so important, guys, is, getting this consult to a 10, you're going to get your initial sale, then potentially 3 grand on the back end. So something I say a lot to my private clients is, let's just say roughly a client's valued at Dave at $3,000, right? And as we go into the strategies, I want you to act accordingly in this process. I want you to imagine this person has a $3,000 bounty on your head that as soon as they attend in your gym, you're going to pick off that bounty and you're going to put it in your skyrocket in your back pocket, and you're going to be a very, very happy fitness business owner. And when you kind of put it in that perspective, guys, like you would act differently if you knew you were going to get $3,000 and that person attends. But that's like the simple fact of reality, like not knowing your numbers. So I know when we kind of talked about that a little bit, Dave, it really resonated with you. And your action off the back has been absolutely incredible. But let's dive into like the specific tactics, right? So, you get your lead. Kind of what are some things that you're doing that has really, really helped you pretty much double, if not triple, your show rate?
Yeah, so once they've booked in for a time into my calendar, they'll just get a confirmation email. Or actually, so they get a confirmation like landing page.
Yep.
It will just explain how the call is going to work in terms of like goal setting and looking at their background. And then we'll just have a couple of testimonial videos. So that's pretty much from the get go. And then really, I'll text them. I'll ask them, do they have a pen and paper available in their consult coming up? So that way I get to get a response. Sometimes if they ask me like where we're located, what I'll do is I'll screenshot Google Maps of the address, and then at the bottom of the screenshot you have your Google rating. So at the moment we do a big drive and a big push from the members to give us a good review.
Yep.
So at the moment, I think ours is about 4.8 out of 5, and there's about 50 reviews. So when they see the Google Maps and they see the address, they'll see the Google rating. So that again, that straight away that builds trust and rapport that this gym is legit. And then other things like I'll do videos of just myself, but like, hey, I'm super excited to be chatting with you. Can't wait to talk to you and get to know you and your goals. Are going to be a great fit for TBC. And then yeah, really, if they've got a real like individual and like a real big problem, maybe it's like a PCOS or an IBS or celiac or something that's really quite unique, what we'll do is we'll find a testimonial from a previous member or current member, and we'll send it over to that prospect. So then they know, oh, Dave's dealt with a couple of members who had PCOS before. So, oh, actually, this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. This guy's legit. It's not just another, whatever. So yeah, there's a few tactics that you can do. It takes a bit of time, but at the end of the day, look, Jimmy, like you said, it's like 3 grand's they're waiting to be collected. I'm going to do what it takes to get that 3 grand for sure.
And mate, on the landing page, they book in, they go to a lander. So you said they've got testimonials. Is there any other like information that is on the landing page that you want to share with the audience that kind of helps with that process?
Yeah, just a little bit of what we do. I guess one of the probably questions that comes up a lot is like, oh, what do you guys do in terms of training? Do you do HIIT training? Do you do strength training? Do you do powerlifting? Do you do weightlifting? And so there's just a little bit about us, like, oh, there's no, and it basically just says like in like small little bullet points, like, oh, we don't do restrictive diets. We don't do HIIT training. We don't do like Olympic lifting. So they kind of know what to expect. Again, which I understand, like people can be a little bit hesitant. They don't really know maybe what TBC does. So that landing page just basically just helps them go through what kind of expect with TBC.
Yeah. And it's a good way just to give them some more information, which again increases trust, it increases transparency, and you've got your testimonials on there. And then you mentioned you send them a text message or an email saying, will you be in a quiet place with a pen and paper? Now, are you trying to do that one so they're actually in a quiet place with a pen and paper? So I'm guessing that improves your consult. You don't want to have people driving. Is that one part of it?
Yeah, correct. So I've made a mistake in the past, Jimmy, like where they'd be driving and be like, oh, I'm just driving. Can you email me the info, please? And it's just like, then you kind of pretty much lost the consult, so to speak. So yeah, you really want to get their full attention and you really want to, there's a lot of info to go through, like session times and
Yeah.
like everything about the program in terms of like the nutrition, the accountability, the training and stuff like that. So you really want their full 100% like attention. You want to be able to make sure that they know everything. So then, yeah, it just minimizes the objections. Yeah, pretty much.
And then they're also replying and kind of confirming for the time as well. It's like a, two-prong attack.
Yeah, 100%. I want that. I want that reply because then I know, okay, cool. Like they're switched on and they're good to go and they've confirmed for the consult without them confirming as much. As long as I get like a thumbs up or I go, yes, I do, and stuff like that, then it's like, okay, cool. Like we're all pretty much good to go for a consult.
Yeah. And then you also mentioned you send a video. Is this like a standardized video you send to everyone, or is it like kind of custom?
It depends what kind of mood I'm in, Jimmy, to be honest. It's just I usually just talk and just really try and be as vibrant and as just like enthusiastic as I can. And it's different all the time. So yeah, it really just depends. It's just fully like, let's say, like customized. I don't really have a set thing
Like
that I
script.
follow. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And mate, I want you to imagine so you're gonna do a role play. I want to kind of feel how you do it, even though obviously I know, but for the listeners and viewers, I have a consult at 9 a.m. on Monday morning. Friday Arvo now is I want to lose 10 kilos. Can you give me a rough little script of what you would say in the video?
Yeah, for sure. So first thing I'll do is obviously I'll text you just to confirm and say, have you got a quiet place for pen and paper? And
Yeah.
then I will send depending on what time the message is, Jimmy. If it's late Friday, I'll do a message Saturday morning. But if it's a reasonable time, then I'll do a video. I'll be like, hey, Jimmy, super excited to be chatting with you on Monday at 9 a.m. Can't wait to get to know you and hear about more about your goals and the 10 kilos and why you're looking to lose that. Just want to say, I hope you have a great weekend. Super excited to be helping you with your journey with TBC come Monday morning. And just simple, easy as that.
And you're just shooting that like on your phone, or do you have a professional camera? How do you do it?
No, just on my phone. Again, it's real yeah, I don't want to be too fancy. I don't want to be too come across as like snobby and like there's all these like cameras and stuff. It's just literally just like, hey, I'm on the camera, I'm on the phone. I'm just going to send this quick video message over to that person. So I just want to make it authentic as possible and not come across like, it's too fake almost.
Yep. Mate, nice and simple. And then is there like any other text confirmations after that? So obviously they opt in, they go to the landing page, then they get a question, kind of like, this or that, kind of like, hey, you're good to, chat, and you've got a quiet space, and they get a customized video message using my name, which would have been pretty sick. And then is there anything else outside of that? Any texts, any emails, any, grunt work, as you like to say?
No, not really. And that's it. Sometimes, actually, too much, Jimmy. There might be a time where I might hold up a singlet, and I'll be like, do you guys, hey, Jimmy, got our TBC singlets. What size are you? So it's like an ethical bribe.
Because
so I'm like, go on.
Because they get that in their onboarding if they sign up, right?
Correct. Yeah. So they get like a little welcome pack. So they get singlets, they get like a towel, and they get like a trigger point ball and a water bottle and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just basically holding up a singlet just like this with my face in there, like in the gym. Maybe like there's a class behind me so they can see like how busy it is and like how cool it is. And so I'm just holding up this singlet. I'm like, hey, Jimmy, what size you like, medium or large? Or and so basically just like that ethical bribe that that's pretty cool. Like I get a cool singlet as soon as I join. And so I haven't used it too much because yes, sometimes again, some people might take offense to it in terms of like, what size are you? And they might like, oh, actually, I don't know you. You know, so again,
Mm.
you just gotta feel for it, like feel the client and see where they're at.
You might play around like, would you prefer a shirt or a singlet, right? This is a bit softer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And,
correct.
and the testimonial side of things. So firstly, you'd have to have the testimonial, which just say for me, for example, what did I say? The goal was 10 kilos, I think I said. So
Yeah, 10 kilos. Yeah, yeah.
so say if you had a testimony of another male who had lost 10 kilos, when you send it to them, is it just like a link? Is it on a landing page, Instagram, Google review, or is it just wherever you're kind of storing it at the time?
Yeah, it's either Google review or it's the Instagram. So,
Yeah.
and I'll just send them the link from Instagram. Obviously, on the iPhone, it'll come up with a like image of that guy losing 10 kilos with the link. So, yeah, usually Instagram or Google review. Those are the two that I use. And so they can go to the Instagram and they can look at all the other testimonials that we've got. So again, you're just building that trust and rapport.
And so, guys, if you're like watching along, an easy way to break down each segment of Dave's funnel. So, off the back of it, when they book, they go to a landing page where they have all the relevant information that they're probably thinking. Because remember, if people don't have information, they get overwhelmed and they start to second guess, so they won't attend. And it's also got social proof. But then also as well, he's asking a very soft priming question that's very reasonable is, will you be in a quiet area with a pen and paper for the consultation? Okay. And that's getting the initial conversations, a very soft question to ask as well. I'm hoping that they say yes, but also if it's not a good time, we want them to rebook at a time where they're in a position where they can actually make a buying decision, which isn't when I'm driving like a lunatic on the way to, the city. Okay. Then the next step, right, as you're kind of bringing it through, he's bringing through personalization. Okay. And Dave talks a little bit about his customer experience. He said he wants to be world class. If you want to be world class and you want your gym to be personalized, send a personalized video. And Dave, how long does that like take you to make and send? Like I've got my consult Monday. How long is it going to take you to do?
15 seconds, 20
15
seconds.
seconds. Bing, bang,
Yeah.
done. Nice and easy. And then we finish it off, guys, right? Is with the testimonial that he was talking about is again that social proof, right? Because I'll be wondering, people have been burnt by fitness programs in the past, whether that's their fault, whether it's the other fitness business fault, who cares? Let's just know they've been burnt, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't be wanting to go to your gym because they would have hit all their goals and be absolutely crushing it. They're obviously coming for a reason. It's very rare, Dave. Have you had many people who have come to you who have never trained, never tried a diet, never tried fitness recently?
I've actually had a couple, like maybe one or two, maybe.
Yeah, probably out of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
100, right?
Yeah.
So it's there, but it's rare. So that's where it's like, I've helped someone just like you. And that's where in a testimonial, like, guys, if I'm going to come to your gym and you send me a testimonial of like a 45-year-old chick who lost 20 kilos, whilst I'm happy for that chick, I don't care. I'm not a 45-year-old chick. I want to see some handsome gentleman, right? 34 years old, who's a bloody life crusher, who has got the result that I want to hit. So just make sure that it's tailored. Testimonials are only relevant if it's relevant to the person who's watching it. And that's where you can use Instagram and Google and things like that, just to make your life really easy to implement and get your, show rate up. And Dave, I guess out of like anything, we talked about a lot of stuff with customer experience, all that stuff, is just out of like, if you had to pick just one thing, the most powerful thing, if someone's not doing it, go out of all the stuff, if you could only do one of them, would it be the landing page? Would it be the customized video, or would it be the testimony? You just pick one out of the three. Which one should the guys implement within the next 7 days? Because we fucking get it done in this podcast, bro.
Testimonial for sure. Social proof, 100%.
Testimonial.
Make it. Yeah, for sure. Know that you've got these results, and we're in a results-driven business, Jimmy. Like, yes, we love the community, but if someone's paying me X amount of dollars, like, I'm going to get you the results in the health and safest and healthiest way for sure.
Easy. So fitness business secrets, our task this week, any consults that you do have, let's be action takers. Let's not mess and play around anymore. Not in 2023. We're going to change the fucking world together, guys. Any consult that you have booked, if you know their goal, send them a testimonial, right, of someone that has got a similar result. If you don't have a screenshot or a video, but you do have someone, just make a customized video. Go, hey, Jimmy, super pumped to have you with us at 9 a.m. on Monday morning. I know you want to lose 10 kilos. You remind me a lot of my good friend, Dave, right? He came to us. He wanted to lose 10 kilos for his triathlon. He was able to do that in 12 weeks. Can't wait to help you do the same, my man. I'll see you at 9 a.m., right? Just make a video. That's called a Star Story Solution Testimonial. You guys can make them yourself if you don't have them, but that won't be as powerful if there was a video of that person saying it or like a before and after photo. But done is better than thinking about doing it and not actually doing 2 parts of F all off the back of it, guys. That's not what we're about here at Fitness Business Secrets Podcast. Are we, Dave? We get it done, baby.
No, 100%. 100%.
And Dave, mate, just with the crew, I haven't been seeing you on Strava, bro. How's your training going? Where
Been good. I try to.
How many Ks? You've been ducking me. I'm the Strava king, bro. You've been ducking me over there on Strava.
Well, I'm in a swimming block at the moment, so I've done I think about 5K this week. So
How
yeah,
good?
I'm only doing 1 run and 1 bike session a week at the moment. So I'm trying to get my swimming back up and back to better anyway.
So guys, if you want to follow me on Strava, my name is Jimmy P. Now get used to a couple of things. On Strava, I go hard in the paint for like 6 weeks, and then I go missing. But Dave, I have big goals this year. I'm going to run 1,875 Ks and bike ride 1,870. It's only 5K a day, right? But I'm on track. Today, I've just got to ride. What have I done this week? 76.2 Ks. Not a bad week. I went like, how about me being me in the first 2? I set this goal in like the middle of Jan, so I was way behind. And then I did 38 Ks, 59 Ks, 86 Ks. I reckon this week I should crack the ton. Well, I better. I'm saying on the podcast, I'll crack the ton. And then I'll be finally ahead of my goal. So I was a bit behind. It was so daunting, mate. Like I started my running goal 70 Ks behind for the month. And I was like, so I've been hammering. I've been doing like 50, 60 Ks a week.
Nice, mate.
Until I get injured. Anyways. All right. Yeah. Add me on Strava, guys. Add Dave on Strava. He's a beast. He is swimming. How about I coach James Magnuson, the missile? Should get you some lessons.
Well,
you coach the missile as well. You helped him with all these automation. He's loving it.
Well, if he's listening, I can tell him I want some lessons, mate, for sure.
They're paying about 50 grand for lessons. You know, how many Olympic medals has that dude won? About 400.
Yeah, I did the Google search after, and I was like, damn. I was like, oh shit.
James Magnuson. How many?
He's on another level. He's on another level, that boy.
Mate, he's a beast business owner. So has won a total of 16 international medals, 8 gold, 5 silver, 3 bronze. And James, if you're listening, me and Dave want swimming lessons, baby.
Do you think you'll take my call?
I don't know, man. Probably not about swimming lessons.
It's probably over it, to be fair.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. I had a barrel of laughs on the episode. Guys, if you have any questions about anything, getting people to book, you can connect with Dave on social media. You'll see him popping around all of our channels. If you obviously have any questions from me, always happy to reach out. And if you guys do want to add me on Strava, always want some accountability buddies in 2023. Dave's pushing me, Jack, Adriano, so more people the merrier as I go on my little 5K a day journey. If not, we love you guys. We care about you guys. Make sure that you take action. Make sure that you send the testimonials, and let's absolutely dominate.